Good morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. Today is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I talked about cleaning up any of that residue that you left behind yesterday, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually. If you're down and out and angry and depressed, you're the only one that made the mess. You're the only one that can clean it up. Yesterday is gone and we are not promised tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to go over that wonderful list of all the things that control us throughout the day. Sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people pleasing, not able to say no, drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everybody around you but yourself, distractions everywhere. Then you have nothing but excuses. Gambling, work, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcasts, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain, never having enough, being in a relationship with a man or a woman, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally, or sexually abusing one another. Or you may want to add to the list. Okay, today I want to talk about how we can all go real high, we can all go real low in our thinking, and the importance of keeping the balance. One of the things that I really, I'm a person of action and I'm a problem solver. I had an incident with my one son. They separated from their relationship, and I was just so overwhelmed with how they left the house, how they lived together. It was very, very disturbing, and it's hard to swallow. It was really hard to swallow as my son, as my grandchildren, and as the grandma. I have absolutely no control over it. So what I did was I promised to help a little bit, but that's it, because I did this years ago and they shit and pissed all over my work and had absolutely no respect. And one of the things I've learned throughout my business, through my life, nobody respects anything unless they do the work. Doing the work for other people, you are setting everybody up for failure. This is a real hard pill to swallow. You know, it's one thing if your children or your grandchildren, they're getting a home, but they're doing their part and everybody's pitching in together. But when they're just sitting back and you're doing everything, they're never going to respect anything. So today I got really physically ill, literally physically ill I was just so overwhelmed by the length of neglect and how they lived. And it was very hard to digest. So I had to get my balance back. That balance of, okay, Marianne, here's how I am in my head. Okay, what can I contribute? And I was helping the grandchildren with their bedrooms. I'm going to help them with their bedrooms. That's it. And then I'm backing off. But what's beautiful, my son is doing everything. He is into action. But old Marianne, she wants everything done yesterday. He has to process. He is kicking ass. He is doing so well. And I got to back off because, again, I want everything done yesterday. And that's my character defect. And it's beautiful to watch him get his home the way he wants to get it and watch the grandchildren pick out all they want for their bedroom. We are having so much fun together, creating a whole new space. He's getting somebody in there to help him with the home, with the clothes, so this never happens again. He was with a partner that didn't do any of it, and it was really bad, really bad. Scary. I don't know how people can live in their home and live in filth and live in trash. And it's the same with hoarders, that clutter, all that stuff around your head. Again, all of our work is in our home. And when we don't have order in our home, when we come home, it's called energy. So I had to really work on my balance of not getting too high, not getting too low, and really staying focused. I have enough on my plate between my rentals, my counseling, my two homes, my summer home, my home that I go to in the mountains. I have plenty of work. I don't need to add to it. So I'm actually healing from being at my son's house the one day I overdid it. And that's when I had to say, okay, Marianne, back off. And the beautiful thing about my podcast, I'm backing off ASAP. That's why I'm loving doing my podcast every day. It's really keeping me honest. It's really keeping my head right. It's really keeping me focused because we forget and we get carried away. So I really want you to work on that balance. So if you got some anxiety, if you're physically ill from doing too much, I want you to look at breaking everything down to how you want to do your day, what you're willing to give, not willing to give, not too much of anything. Remember, balance. Not too much of anything, our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You teach yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect that you give yourself, that is the level of love and respect you get in return. Remember, the goal for all of us truly is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long. It has to be as natural as going to the bathroom, or else your head gets backed up. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, behind every breakdown, there's a breakthrough around the corner. If you have an attitude today, be attitude, being in the highest possible state of happiness, good humor, and contentment with the way things are. Okay, people say, I want to help be a part of taking care of the world. Here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself all day and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have worth. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world, doing your part. No exceptions. The answers lie in each and every one of us. Hey, you manipulators, smooth talkers, narcissisms, your words mean nothing and your actions say everything. All right, I'm going to read a beautiful part from Michael Singer. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in that comfort zone. A spiritual being feels as though they're always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of life, using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. Michael Singer. Okay, I'm reading from a different book. Like I said, I like to pull from different books. I've been reading from Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul, to help with emotions. He really helped me tremendously with my emotions. Today's message is the essence of consciousness. The essence of consciousness is awareness, and awareness has the ability to become more aware of one thing and less aware of something else. In other words, it has the ability to focus itself on certain objects. The teacher says, concentrate on what I'm saying. What does that mean? It means focus your consciousness on one place. Nobody taught you this. It's an intuitive and natural. You've always known how to do it. Focus your attention on an object for 2 minutes. Observe what happens in your mind and body. Write about what happens during those 2 minutes. Were you able to focus without your mind wandering and being distracted by something else? And if your mind wanders, were you able to notice you got distracted and then refocus on the object? Well, you know, it's funny. I got really, again, when I was sick, I was obsessing over my son's house. And I literally had to shut my head down and refocus and shut it down and tell my mind to just be quiet and rest. Just be quiet and rest. And I had to focus on that for 5 minutes. And finally, I was able to shut everything down. But I really had to make peace in my head. I knew I had to do something, but I had to be realistic about what I was going to do, what I was not going to do, and not get caught up into making it all better for him. He has to feel every bit of that pain. Hey, parents, hey, grandchildren. When you're raising kids, we all have to feel our mess. We all have to clean up our own messes. And when I go on Monday, I'm going to make sure my grandson, I help my 5-year-old, he's going to be focusing on the trash that he let happen in his room and make him accountable in his responsibility now that room is his problem and nobody else's. And this is what we have to do. We have to teach each and every one of us, because what happens in a relationship, it all gets overwhelming. The housework, the cooking, the cleaning, it gets redundant, it gets heavy, it gets overwhelming. And this is where at a very young age, you know, my Gianni, he's 5, he sets the table, he clears it. There's many things he can do. I can give him a bag and show him where to clean up the dog poop. They're very capable of doing a lot, and they're excited to help. They want to help, and they feel really good about themselves. We're the problem. We, the parents, are the problem. And make sure you delegate, and make sure your husband, your wife, everybody does their part. There's no queen, there's no king, there's nobody that's that special. And I said that to my boys, I said that to my husband and myself. None of us are that special to where we don't have to clean up our own shit. And remember, work on one thing at a time. Eventually it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss the loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. I will take charge of my life today and realize I'm in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it's time to bow out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anybody to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. We cannot do it alone. We always lie to ourselves. 2 heads are better than 1. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will accept and say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I'm willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. Do 2 things a day that you don't want to do to have a successful day. My 2 things are always getting up early, doing my podcast, working out, keeping my food clean, and the rest will follow. We can all heal together one day at a time, and it's a decision from our head to our heart. You can reach me at createyourspirit@gmail.com. Leave your number. I'll go over my workshops and my books. If you want to learn about my services, lifeinharmonyonline.com. Leave your number. I'll go over my services. Remember, I'm doing the podcast Monday through Friday. Hit that colorful round button that says subscribe. Please start with podcast number 1, number 2, number 3. There's order into receiving this information. I did it in a playlist. Share it with 10 other people and have them share it with 10 other people. That's the only way I'm going to get this podcast out there, because I don't do any social media. I'm very boring. I don't do any of that. And remember, if we all help each other win, it's a win-win for us. And I want you to have a heart-stopping day today. And thank you for listening.